What's going on, Magooshins? This is your fearless leader, Toots Magoots. Welcome to my channel, and in today's video, we'll be discussing the number 8 to number 1 team overall ratings and their impact players for my Madden 95 recreation roster. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you don't miss any upcoming videos. The number 8 spot goes to the Philadelphia Eagles, who finished 7-9 and missed the playoffs last season. With the addition of Pro Bowl running back Ricky Watters from the Super Bowl champion 49ers, the Eagles have immediately emerged as a top team in the hunt to compete for a Super Bowl. Watters earned his third straight Pro Bowl after recording 877 yards and 6 touchdowns on the ground, while grabbing 66 catches for 719 yards and 5 touchdowns through the air. Watters will fit in perfectly in Philly's scheme and could even be an early season favorite for the MVP award. QB Randall Cunningham is coming off a solid 94 campaign that saw him throw for 3,229 yards and 16 touchdowns, while also rushing for 288 yards and 3 touchdowns on the ground. Cunningham is getting older, but he's still among the best dual threat QBs in the league and should thrive with Watters taking a lot of the attention from opposing defenses. On the other side of the ball, defensive end William Fuller is coming off his second straight Pro Bowl selection after putting up 50 tackles, 9.5 sacks, and 4 forced fumbles. The Eagles are unfortunate to share a tough division with the Cowboys looming, but they are more than capable of winning the East and making a deep playoff run. Elite defense and elite running games bode well in the postseason, and the Eagles have both. At number 7, we have the San Diego Chargers, who finished 11-5 and made a trip to the Super Bowl, where they fell to the 49ers. The Chargers came out of nowhere to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl, and the main reason for their success was due to their vaunted defense, which finished 5th against the run and 9th in points allowed. Leading the defense was outside linebacker Junior Seau, who's coming off his 4th straight Pro Bowl and 3rd straight All-Pro selection. He finished second to Deion Sanders in the Defensive Player of the Year voting after posting 155 tackles, 5.5 sacks, and 3 fumble recoveries. Right behind Seau is elite defensive end Leslie O'Neal, who's coming off his 5th Pro Bowl selection after a 94 campaign that saw him put up 60 tackles, 12.5 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles. Where the Chargers really stepped up was in the running game, led by Pro Bowl running back Natron Means, who ran for 1,350 yards and 12 touchdowns, helping the Chargers to the 7th best rushing attack in the league. The Chargers' stifling defense will keep them in just about every game, but will the offense be able to replicate their stellar 94 season? The number 6 spot goes to the Kansas City Chiefs, who finished 9-7 and lost in the AFC wildcard round. The Chiefs lost Joe Montana to retirement this offseason, which is a big blow, but there is so much talent on this team that they'll still be a contender, in large part to their ferocious defense. Future Hall of Fame linebacker Derek Thomas leads the way after earning his 6th straight Pro Bowl in '94. The 2-time All-Pro selection finished with 71 tackles, 11 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, and 3 fumble recoveries. Alongside Thomas is defensive end Neil Smith, who's coming off his 4th straight Pro Bowl after a stellar '94 season. The 1-time All-Pro notched 46 tackles, 11.5 sacks, and 5 forced fumbles, helping the Chiefs finish as the 7th defense in points allowed. On the offensive side of the ball leaves a lot of unanswered questions, one of which is aging future Hall of Fame running back Marcus Allen. The 6-time Pro Bowl and 2-time All-Pro back is coming off another year where he managed to produce at a high level, putting up 709 yards and 7 touchdowns on the ground, and 349 yards on 42 catches. The other big question mark is at the quarterback position after Montana's departure. Rich Gannon and Steve Bono are currently locked in as a battle for the starting job. Neither have a great deal of experience as a lead quarterback. But if the Chiefs find consistency at the quarterback and running back position this season, they will without a doubt contend for an AFC title. The number 5 spot goes to the Minnesota Vikings, who finished 10-6 and lost in the NFC wildcard round. The Vikings have the stingiest run defense in the league, finishing first against the run in 1994, giving up a measly 68 yards per game. Leading the way for the Vikings defense is defensive tackle John Randall. Randall is coming off his second straight Pro Bowl and All-Pro selection after putting up 42 tackles, 13.5 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, and 2 fumble recoveries. He's the most versatile defensive tackle in the league and can wreak havoc in opposing coaches' game plans. The Vikings weren't just elite on defense, though. The offense finished 7th in points scored, 3rd in total yards, and 3rd in passing yards. Led by future Hall of Fame quarterback Warren Moon, who's coming off his 8th straight Pro Bowl after putting up 4,264 yards passing and 18 touchdowns. His favorite target is wide receiver Chris Carter, who's coming off his 2nd straight Pro Bowl and his first All-Pro selection. Carter is nearly unguardable and rarely drops any balls thrown his way. He put up a league record 122 catches for 1,256 yards and 7 touchdowns. The Vikings are a well-oiled machine that can play with anyone, but what kept them from being truly elite is their pass defense, which ranked 21st in the league. They'll need to tune that up if they want to compete for what could be Moon's last shot at a Super Bowl. The number 4 spot belongs to the Green Bay Packers, who finished 9-7 and lost in the NFC divisional round. The Packers are slowly becoming a real contender in the NFC, primed to be a top 5 offense and a top 5 defense this season. The defense finished 5th in points allowed, 6th in total yards, and 3rd in rushing defense. Leading the way for the Packers defense is future Hall of Fame defensive end Reggie White. White is coming off his 9th straight Pro Bowl after a 49-tackle, 8-sack, 2 forced fumble season. The 6-time All-Pro is considered among the 2 or 3 greatest sack artists of our time and will look to return to All-Pro form this season. The offense for the Packers has the potential to be the best in the league this year, with quarterback Brett Favre approaching MVP caliber play. Favre is coming off a season where he threw for 3,882 yards and 33 touchdowns, also showing off some mobility with 202 yards and 2 touchdowns on the ground. Favre's favorite target is wide receiver Sterling Sharp, who's coming off his 5th Pro Bowl selection. The 3-time All-Pro had 94 catches for 1,119 yards and 18 touchdowns, making him one of the best red zone targets in the league. The Packers can win it all if they're able to put it all together. At number 3, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers, who finished 12-4 last season and lost to the Chargers in the AFC Championship game. The Steelers could have the best defense in the league, coming off a season where they finished 2nd in points allowed, 2nd in total yards, 3rd in pass defense, and 7th in run defense. They are led by a trio of elite talent, starting with future Hall of Fame cornerback Rod Woodson. Woodson earned his 6th straight Pro Bowl and his 5th All-Pro selection in the last 6 seasons in '94. He finished with 83 tackles, 4 interceptions, 2 of which he returned for touchdowns, 3 forced fumbles, and 3 sacks. Alongside Woodson is future Hall of Fame linebacker Kevin Green. Green is among the most elite sack artists in the game, finishing with 14 sacks in '94, which is his 5th double-digit sack season. Opposite to Green is linebacker Greg Lloyd. Lloyd is coming off his 4th straight Pro Bowl and 2nd straight All-Pro season. He finished '94 with 87 tackles, 10 sacks, and 5 forced fumbles. He and Green make up the most feared rushing tandem in the league, but the Steelers aren't just a good defense. They are returning the number 1 rushing attack as well, and the buzz at camp is that they've asked rookie draft pick Cordell Stewart out of Colorado to play wide receiver in order to get him on the field. Stewart is a versatile athlete capable of making big plays in the open field. The Steelers have said they will also have a special package with Stewart at quarterback. If the Steelers become more balanced on offense, they can bring home a Super Bowl. At number 2 are the San Francisco 49ers, who finished 13-3 and won the Super Bowl over the Chargers in dominating fashion. The 49ers proved to be truly elite on both sides of the ball, but especially on offense. Quarterback Steve Young put up one of the greatest seasons for a quarterback in NFL history, earning his 3rd straight Pro Bowl and All-Pro selection. Young won the '94 League MVP award, and rightfully so, after throwing for 3,969 yards and 35 touchdowns, while adding 235 yards and 7 touchdowns on the ground. He set the league record for quarterback rating at 112.8 and also earned Super Bowl MVP after throwing for a record 6 touchdowns and 0 interceptions in their Super Bowl win. Young's favorite target is arguably the greatest wide receiver in NFL history, Jerry Rice. Rice earned his 9th straight Pro Bowl and 8th All-Pro selection after notching 112 catches for 1,499 yards and 13 touchdowns. He also put up a 10-catch, 149-yard, 3-touchdown performance in their Super Bowl win. On the defensive side of the ball, strong safety Tim McDonald leads the way. McDonald earned his 5th straight Pro Bowl after putting up 72 tackles and 2 interceptions in '94. The 49ers boasted the number 2 rush defense, the 6th scoring defense, and the 8th defense in total yards. The loss of Deion Sanders is a tough void to fill, but they have enough talent to repeat as champions. The number 1 spot belongs to the Dallas Cowboys, who finished 12-4 and fell to the 49ers in the NFC Championship game. The Cowboys could be the most loaded team in NFL history, boasting at least 10 future Hall of Famers. The Cowboys had a top 5 defense that only got better after adding Deion Sanders in free agency. Sanders is the returning Defensive Player of the Year after earning his 4th straight Pro Bowl and 3rd straight All-Pro selection. Deion had 6 interceptions and took 3 of them to the house, despite many teams trying to throw away from him. On the other side of the ball, the Cowboys have arguably the greatest running back in football, Emmitt Smith. Smith also earned his 4th straight Pro Bowl and 4th straight All-Pro selection after putting up 1,484 yards and 21 touchdowns on the ground. But Smith isn't alone. Wide receiver Michael Irvin helps carry the load as well. Irvin earned his 4th straight Pro Bowl after notching 79 catches for 1,241 yards and 6 touchdowns in a run-heavy scheme. The Cowboys are a near cheat code to use as they are elite at every level. They are the clear favorites to return to another Super Bowl, and few teams can even challenge them. What did you think of the rankings? And which of these teams do you think has the best chance to make the conference championship game or even the Super Bowl? Be sure to let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and until next time.